Alright, Cassandra, this one is for you. This is how to make the candied green beans. Alright, first of all, I've got about a quarter stick of butter down there in the pan. And I'm going to turn the eye on to just a little bit more than halfway. The idea here is for the butter and the soy sauce to be in with the green beans as the water melts off the green beans. We're going to be using frozen whole green beans that we bought at the store. These are organics from Costco. So I'm just going to toss a handful in there on top of the butter. Right, that's approximately half a pound. Now, the next thing that's going to go in is the soy sauce. And you want to use a good bit of soy sauce because that's going to give the whole deal its color. Much more soy sauce than you would use in almost anything else that you're going to cook. And now we're going to let this come to a bit of a boil. Pause. Okay, so we've been cooking the green beans and they've been in long enough for the butter to melt and for all the ice to melt off the green beans. If you look in the pot, you'll see that that's created a little bit more fluid in the pot there. You can tell that, you know, there's some water and it mixed with our soy sauce. That's okay. Next, what we want is to put in a couple of shots of teriyaki sauce. So if you look, I'm just shaking the teriyaki sauce over. Shake it. And we're going to put in about an equal amount of what's this here sauce? Worcestershire sauce. So shaky. And now comes half of the big secret. The big secret is that we're going to boil away all of this liquid. So take a look at how much liquid we have. Right now, this is how much liquid we have compared to the green beans. And we're going to let almost all of that boil away. So once that happens, we'll come back. Okay, so we've got the beans in. We've been keeping them moving around, and we're constantly stirring. As you can see, most of our liquid has boiled away. Now here comes the big secret. It is pure maple syrup. Do not try this with some high fructose corn syrup fake. Alright, now watch. I'm just going to pour a big chunk of maple syrup in there. That was probably about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. And now we're going to go from where we've had our temperature and we're going to crank it. We're going almost all the way up to the top of what our stove can handle. Now the idea here is to pretty much let all of this burn away. You see how much stuff is in there now. Most of that is what's going to make this delicious. So now we're just going to keep them moving. You do not want to let these sit still at all. And you'll begin to notice that basically little candied particles start to stick to the green beans themselves. That means you're doing it right. So, as you can see, this isn't going to take very long. You're keeping them moving. You're looking for those little particles to develop. If you were actually doing this not for film, you'd probably want your blower on at this point. But we're not doing that because we want you to be able to see what you're going to get. Here we are at the end. You can see that there's this blackish coating on the outside of the green beans. There's no liquid left. We're just getting little tiny bubbles in the bottom of the pan, and that means that we're done. So, off they come. Candied green beans. Ta-da! Right back on me. Alright, first off, when you're making candied anything, the second you're done, you want to get water on your pan. You can really waste a good pan by having a bunch of boiled maple syrup on it. So, just to repeat your ingredients here. To make the candied green beans, you're going to need butter, about a tablespoon. You're going to need soy sauce. Get the good stuff. It has an English title on it, then it's not good. Teriyaki stuff, doesn't matter, it's for coloring. Worcestershire sauce, doesn't matter, it's for coloring. And 100% pure maple syrup. And that is how you make candied green beans. See that? Look,
heard straight from the heart album from 1980.